So I just literally thought of a title for this video, and it's going to be something like, you're 21, you feel guilty, and you're holding back. Now, the reason I thought of this video is because I was just casting my mind back to a conversation where basically I met up with a friend who, it was the first time we met actually. We got to know each other through like an online community basically. Met up with him, and I remember at the time I was very we were both into the same thing and that kind of thing, but he was quite, he was a bit younger than me, and he was just quite still, I just felt like I was so much older than him, even though there was maybe 2 years older than us. And what made me feel that is that we were talking about the sorts of YouTube channels that we like, and he started talking about like Seth Sentak, or whatever that guy's name is, hey people, that guy. He was talking about that. He was saying how much, we watched the videos together, and I liked those channels as well, but I felt guilty saying it, and I felt like a bit weird. This is a couple of years ago. I'm 27 now, so I was maybe 22 or something like that at the time. So I just wanted to make this video if that's the place that you are in right now. If you have like trolls remorse, if you feel like you wasted, oh god, I wasted so many of my hours when I was, at 18 or whatever, on whatever message board or on Twitter or whatever, and just, if you feel guilty, right? This is generally a video about feeling guilty. Now, first of all, the trolls remorse, you like, if you're me, you used to go on 4chan, you used to like fuck around a lot, and all that sort of stuff, don't even think about it. Cyberbullying is okay, right? Lots of people like to think that it's not, and then, you go and look at an example like Rebecca Black when she made Friday, and that was like cyberbullying, gang rape, right? It's just whatever, there's going to be some people that everyone is fine with cyberbullying. There's going to be some people that no one is fine with cyberbullying. But there's Chris Chan out there. Rebecca Black is a perfect example of like someone everybody thought was okay to cyberbully. There is just like a couple of people where everybody's ganging up on them at the moment. Now, maybe it's not everybody, but it's everyone within your clique, right? If you're on the left and you hate Nick Fuentes, it's fine for you guys to cyberbully him, and like that's what you'll do. Like, it's a very, very normal thing. It's like a big communication platform, and that's that's people basically socially performing a sort of Darwinism, because if it's social, like the collective do it on those larger platforms. So do not worry and feel guilty if you have trolls remorse, right? If you allow that to take over your life, you end up where like iDubbbz is right now, constantly self-flagellating and trying to get himself ingratiated with people who will never return the favour, and dissing all of his old friends, which is really sad to see. So guilt as a whole is just not something that you need to worry about. Next as well, I did briefly say that it's like social media there. Again, as I've been saying recently, it's not something you want to spend a huge amount of time on by any stretch of the imagination. However, I would always say that things like playing the odd computer game or something like that, you do sometimes need to decompress. And again, you might sometimes look at a Steam library where you might have like, I'll just say I've got like 2,000 hours in 1 or 2 games, and you might think like, fuck, I've wasted so much time, I could have done whatever in my life with that time. Again, that is time that you just needed to decompress and to relax. 2,000 hours is maybe 2 hours a day, or maybe 1 hour a day, over the course of anywhere between 1,000 days and 2,000 days, right? So that could be 3 to 6 years. If you've been playing games for 10 years, that averages out quite low. So again, I certainly would not feel guilty about it. Sometimes you've had a binge and you played fucking, you've been playing Honey Pop for 5 hours or something back in the day, but don't let it fuss you. Seriously. Think back to the amount of stuff that you were told to be doing in school, which you now never use. You spent way more time doing that, way more. So yeah, feeling guilty about uses of your time when you were younger and things like that. Again, like, don't get yourself wound up about it. Really don't. It's not a big deal, basically. You're meant to be able to decompress and enjoy your free time. And that comes on to my last point. It's a very short video, but that comes on to my last point, which is enjoy what you enjoy without feeling guilty. First of all, there are some hobbies that girls just simply might find the ick, right? One, you should not be changing yourself and altering your hobbies for any girls, okay? So don't go around thinking like, oh, girls might not like the fact that I like Warhammer. Girls might not like the fact that I, collect little models or something like that. You know, little statues or something like that, if you're one of those people. You might just have a smaller field, but that, like, again, there is definitely someone out there for you. And when I say, oh, there's someone, there's a fucking load of people, a boatload of people, where if you're just confident with who you are and you just express what you like when you say it, some people would be turned off, right? Fine, but you shouldn't be changing yourself. This is obviously barring any super unhealthy habits. If you're a drug user, yes, you should be changing yourself regardless of who you're going to be dating. If you are, 300 pounds overweight, you should be changing yourself regardless. But having hobbies, having ways to decompress, whether it's video games or something else, you don't need to be changing for anybody. Again, as long as that is within reason. Certainly don't be an addict, but certainly don't, again, feel guilt about not being Superman and using your time constantly for good. Just, yeah, that's just an existence of guilt. And again, I come back to the example of iDubbbz. He is a really good example of someone who's just a living guilty man. He's so guilty about everything that he's always done. He just fucks up constantly because he's trying to make up for it in the worst ways possible as well. So if you are concerned about your hobbies, like switching some people off, I promise you that girls are not innocent, for a start. And secondly, the ones that are super boring and say, no, you can't have video game time, you can't have this, you can't have that, I would love, like, the ones that are basically quite basic, I would love for you, if there's one of those like that and you're trying to wind yourself up, taking yourself off of like games and stuff, I would love for you to just look at how much time she spends on TikTok or something like that. Guaranteed she's going to have 9 hours, right? 9 hours screen time a day, vast majority of it YouTube Reels and TikTok, right? That is a waste of time. It's not a big waste of time for you to maybe spend an hour after work not doing that. So, yeah, on the whole, don't feel guilty about your hobbies, as long as they don't control you. If you are, playing games and enjoying doing that, and you can keep it to a healthy amount of time per day, again, you're not spending the same 9 hours a day on it and something like that other people are spending on TikTok, great. Just keep it up. Whatever you're doing, if it's fun, I'd usually say it's pretty fine. As long as you're not doing something that is ridiculous. Again, just have some sense with that kind of heuristic. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. I'm hope you're going to see you in the next video. Deadly chemtrails behind me. Those come down, they're going to drain the bromine right out my fucking bladder. So I started this channel probably a month ago, and I'm really enjoying making these videos. Actually, I'm realizing it now. I like making them in my car, I like making them whilst I'm walking down here. This is a beautiful place where I live. Look at this fucking place. Hang on. So if you want to have a go to northwest England, one good reason. First thing I did this morning was watch Irreversible. I woke up at 6:30, typed in freemediaheckyeah.net, fmhy.net if you like to pirate shit. I watched Irreversible. Decided it was time for a walk. The duality of the human existence, eh? What a day. So I remember, like I said, I made this channel because I'm like in heaven. So I made this channel obviously like a month ago to document a journey from where I currently am to basically having 100 grand net worth, and that's what I'm going to be doing right now. Now I've got fuck all batteries, so I'm going to just make sure that I get this one out. Yeah, started off this channel with a goal to get to 100 grand net worth, and I think I initially remember saying in that video that I wouldn't include my home equity. From what I understand, actually, that's not the done thing. People will always say, like, just your net worth is whatever is going to be in your estate. Obviously, your home equity is going to be in that. So, at the moment, £4,000 for a Santander Edge savings account, 19,725 rather in home equity, 5,721 in Bitcoin, 5,185 in a social housing scheme, and 2,000, I'm going to work this out, 2,200 and like 11p, 21p in two different ISAs, a cash ISA, a stocks and shares ISA. So if I get my calculator out and I calculate that bad boy, so what was that? 4,000 plus 19,750 plus social housing plus that plus 2201. We're currently at £36,832 and 21p, which ain't too bad. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. Very happy to currently be increasing all those numbers, and yeah, let's see where it goes.